Betwabble, beautiful people, Betwabble. Top of the day. Happy Friday. It is Friday. Day 594, year 2. Guys, we are finishing up Amos today. It is day 231. Yibo Sawubona, yeah. It is Friday, August the 21st, 2020. Amos 7, 8, 9, day 231. And like I just said, we are in year 2, day 594 of reading through the books of the law and the prophets. Let's move that away. All right, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. And I was trying to decide whether I was going to stick Obadiah in today's reading or tomorrow's reading, because we reading the last 3 chapters today. Amos. Obadiah is a 1 chapter, and then after Obadiah begins Joel, but Joel is only 3 chapters too, so I'll just put it in there tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll finish up the last 3 chapters of Amos today. All right. 1 second. I said put that back. Don't start first thing. Put it back up there. If you want one, get one. If not, put it back. Don't play with my banana. Get one if you want it. Okay, y'all. Amos chapter 7. A vision of locusts. Yahuwah showed me a vision. I saw him preparing to send a vast swarm of locusts over the land. This was after the king's share had been harvested from the fields and as the main crop was coming up. In my vision, the locusts ate every green plant in sight. Then I said, "Oh, Yahuwah, please forgive us, or we will not survive, for Israel is so small." So Yahuwah relented from this plan. "I will not do it," he said. A vision of fire. Then Yahuwah showed me another vision. I saw him preparing to punish his people with a great fire. The fire had burned up the depths of the sea and was devouring the entire land. Then I said, "Oh, Yahuwah, please stop, or we will not survive, for Israel is so small." Then Yahuwah relented from this plan too. "I will not do that either," said Yahuwah. A vision of a plumb line. Then he showed me another vision. I saw Yahuwah standing beside a wall that had been built using a plumb line. He was using a plumb line to see if it was still straight. And Yahuwah said to me, "Amos, what do you see?" I answered, "A plumb line." Then Yahuwah replied, "I will test my people with this plumb line. I will no longer ignore all their sins. The pagan shrines of your ancestors will be ruined, and the temples of Israel will be destroyed. I will bring the dynasty of King Jeroboam to a sudden end." Amos and Amaziah. Then Amaziah, the priest of Bethel, sent a message to Jeroboam, king of Israel. "Amos is hatching a plot against you right here on your very doorstep. What he is saying is intolerable. He is saying Jeroboam will soon be killed and the people of Israel will be sent away in exile." Then Amaziah sent orders to Amos, "Get out of here, you prophet. Go on back to the land of Judah and earn your living by prophesying there. Don't bother us with your prophecies here in Bethel. This is the king's sanctuary and the national place of worship." But Amos replied, "I am not a professional prophet, and I never was trained to be one. I am just a shepherd, and I take care of sycamore fig trees. But Yahuwah called me away from my flock and told me, 'Go and prophesy to my people in Israel.' Now then, listen to this message from Yahuwah. You say, 'Don't prophesy against Israel. Stop preaching against my people.' But this is what Yahuwah says. Your wife will become a prostitute in this city, and your sons and daughters will be killed. Your land will be divided up, and you yourself will die in a foreign land, and the people of Israel will certainly become captives in exile, far from their homeland." And we in that day today, we are far from our homeland, still in exile. But that is coming to an end. Amos chapter 8, a vision of ripe fruit. Then Yahuwah showed me another vision. In it, I saw a basket filled with ripe fruit. "What do you see, Amos?" he asked. I replied, "A basket full of ripe fruit." Then Yahuwah said, "Like this fruit, Israel is ripe for punishment. I will not delay their punishment again. In that day, the singing in the temple will turn to wailing. Dead bodies will be scattered everywhere. They will be carried out of the city in silence. I, Yahuwah, have spoken." Betwabu, Betwabu. Yes, Yahuwah, please forgive us. Listen to this, you who rob the poor and trample down the needy. You can't wait for the Sabbath day to be over and the religious festivals to end so you can get back to cheating the helpless. You measure out grain with dishonest measures and cheat the buyer with dishonest scales. You mix the grain you sell with chaff swept from the floor. Then you enslave poor people for one piece of silver or for a pair of sandals. Now Yahuwah has sworn this oath by his own name, the pride of Israel. I will never forget the wicked things you have done. Mind you, he talking to us, our ancestors, our thick-headed people. This is the kind of stuff our people was doing. This is the kind of stuff some of our people are still doing to this day, even still here in the land of captivity. Now Yahuwah has sworn this oath by his own name, the pride of Israel. I will never forget the wicked things you have done. The earth will tremble for your deeds, and everyone will mourn. The ground will rise like the Nile River at flood time. It will heave up, then sink again. In that day, says Yahuwah, I will make the sun go down at noon and darken the earth while it is still day. I will turn your celebrations into times of mourning and your singing into weeping. You will wear funeral clothes and shave your heads to show your sorrow as if your only son had died. How very bitter that day will be. The time is surely coming, says Yahuwah, when I will send a famine on the land, not a famine of bread or water, but of hearing the words of Yahuwah. People will stagger from sea to sea and wander from border to border, searching for the word of Yahuwah, but they will not find it. Beautiful girls and strong young men will grow faint in that day, thirsting for Yahuwah's word. And those who swear by the shameful idols of Samaria, who take oaths in the name of the God of Dan, and make vows in the name of the God of Beersheba, they will all fall down, never to rise again. Last chapter for today, which is also the last chapter of Amos, Amos chapter 9, a vision of Yahuwah at the altar. Then I saw a vision of Yahuwah standing beside the altar. He said, strike down the tops of the temple columns so that the foundations will shake. Bring down the roof on the heads of the people below. I will kill with sword those who survive. No one will escape. Even if they dig down to the place of the dead, I will reach down and pull them up. Even if they climb up into the heavens, I will bring them down. Even if they hide at the very top of Mount Carmel, I will search them out and capture them. Even if they hide at the bottom of the ocean, I will send the sea serpent after them to bite them. Even if their enemies drive them into exile, I will command the sword to kill them there. I am determined to bring disaster upon them and not help them. Yahuwah, the God of heaven's armies, touches the land and it melts, and all its people mourn. The ground rises like the Nile River at flood time, and then it sinks again. Yahuwah's home reaches up to the heavens, while its foundations is on the earth. He draws up the waters from the oceans, and it pours down as rain on the land. Yahuwah is his name. Are you Israelites more important to me than the Ethiopians? Asked Yahuwah. I brought Israel out of Egypt, but I also brought the Philistines from Crete and led the Armenians out of Kir. I, Yahuwah, am watching this sinful nation of people. I will destroy it from the face of the earth. But I will never completely destroy the family of Israel, says Yahuwah. For I will give the command and will shake Israel along with the other nations, as grain is shaken in a sieve. Yet not one true kernel will be lost. But all the sinners will die by the sword. All those who say nothing bad will happen to us. Good morning, Aunt Nene. Yeah, bunkers ain't gonna help. In that day, a promise of restoration. In that day, I will restore the fallen house of David. I will repair its damaged walls. From the ruins, I will rebuild it and restore its former glory. And Israel will possess what is left of Edom and all the nations I have called to be mine. Yahuwah has spoken, and he will do these things. The time will come, says Yahuwah, when the grain and grapes will grow faster than they can be harvested. We ain't got to that point yet. We clearly haven't got to that point yet. Then the terraced vineyards on the hills of Israel will drip with sweet wine. I will bring my exiled people of Israel back from distant lands, and they will rebuild their ruined cities and live in them again. They will plant vineyards and gardens. They will eat their crops and drink their wine. I will firmly plant them there in their own land. They will never again be uprooted from the land I have given them, says Yahuwah. And that, my beautiful people, is our reading for today. So we know we haven't gotten there yet. This tells us this in a multitude of places throughout all the prophets, the major prophets, the minor prophets. I don't really like that term, but you know, the bigger books like Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, but it also talks about it in the smaller prophets, repeating the same thing. He said, when he brings us back from that final captivity, he's going to begin to restore us. And shucks, we're going to be known for our produce. The harvest seasons, they were pretty much going to run into each other, where we'll still be eating fruit and everything from previous harvest, because everything is coming in so fast. He's restoring everything, and he's going to kind of speed up the growth process, because he himself is going to water our land as he did before. You know, and our lives will be lengthened. He said, my people will begin to live as long as trees again. Bruh, I surely want to be alive during that day. And I believe that's it, that we're progressing into that now. We truly are. All right, y'all. So, and as we can see, I know some people still believe, I mean, I don't want to be the dead horse here, but a lot of people think, oh, we're going to be raptured up out of here. No, that's not. I understand now when they say raptured up out of here. Some people don't know. They still think it's like off the earth into heaven. That's not what it is. Yahuwah said he's going to take us back to our land. We're going to begin going back to our homeland. And there's going to be, and a lot of people think the world going to end. The world is not going to end. The righteous inherit the earth. And when we return to our land, we're going to begin to reproduce. And he talks about the many generations that's going to come after us when we get back to the land. We're transitioning back to the land now. Some have already gone back. And I do believe there's going to be a big mass exodus of us coming from the four corners of the earth that are going back. We're going to be going back by plane, train, boat. Some that are a little closer to actually in the continent. They're going to go by car and, you know, all those things. So, but as we get back to Zion, we'll begin to see the fruition of some of these things that we have yet to see yet. So, Alicia, you said wait what? I was waiting for you. I saw you said wait, but I thought you was going to type something else. But, okay. Well, if you put it in there, I'll respond to it. But that was our reading for today, people. That was Amos, the last three chapters, 7, 8, and 9. Day 231. It is Friday, August the 21st, 2020. Year 2 of reading through the books of the law and prophets in the consecutive count. That's 594 days. But technically, that's 594 days of reading. But think about all the Sabbaths within the last 2 years that we took off. So we're really in a 600-day count. But remember, we take the Sabbaths off. So actually, the day count is the actual days of reading. So that's that. So come on, boy. We're going to go ahead and do this blessing, which is found in Numbers chapter 6. Verses 22 through 27. Boy, we're going to get out of here. Bye. Say good morning. Bye. Move. Okay. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, On this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, May Yahuwah bless us and keep us. May Yahuwah make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. May Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon us and give us his peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. Whose name? Yah's name. Who will bless us? Yah will bless us. Nobody else. Stop calling him by other names. It has always been him that blesses us. Although a lot of our people liking those blessings coming from JC, our blessings don't come from JC. We are not even to worship him. We're not even to let names of other gods, Yahuwah said, come off of our lips. We're only to worship our one God, Yahuwah. All blessings flow and come from him. All good things come from the creator of heaven and earth. His name is Yahuwah. He's jealous of his own name. That's what he says constantly, through and through. All right, y'all. I love you. I'll see you bright and early in the morning. Peace.